A box is a box is a box, but is there a box inside the box? Confidence in hand. CRKT. CEO Micro Flipper. Okay, so let's check it out. It's kind of a cute little knife. It appears to be perfectly centered. And the clip is reversible. It's pretty stout. Every bit stout. And is pretty deep set. All aluminum scales. Pretty heavy, thick liners. And it's hard to tell if that is ball bearings or what. I can't really tell if that's ball bearings. So it looks, let's just open it. Can't. So maybe there's a trick to this. Oh, it's just super hard. That's what it is. And so it's a liner lock that is very hard to disengage. So you've got a pin built into the blade, and so it stops against the liner here and stops against the liner back here. So that's the lockup on it. It's a Tanto tip, which that would be a reverse Tanto. 7083 Rogers Design is what it says. And there appears to be a indent in the blade here, which I would bet was probably, so the lock, the liner lock, has a bead on it, and it seems to be moving fine, but it's kind of gritty in spots. Probably needs some. Well, see, now it seems to be opening fine. I think maybe just oiled in. We'll see if some usage breaks it in. It's almost like that lock. Well, it's evening up a little, and now it's locked. So, all right. So this is not a real CEO. It is a knockoff, and one that I would not recommend that you get. So just looking at it, it's very cheaply made. It is aluminum. It is solid. I would be willing to bet that it'll be around for a while. Now, whether the blade is really any good, uh, whether it will hold up, it tends to stick in the lock position, and unless you can just barely see a detent in the blade, a recess, a ball, and I'm pretty sure that it will. You can see it lock into place. I'm pretty sure that it will loosen up after being used a while. And if that blade was a lot looser, I'd feel better about it. The blue color is fine. You can get some grippiness on the blade. Uh, I don't like the fact that it's all wide open right here. The liners do not follow the full uh, shape of the scales. They kind of just fall off there. I'm not really sure why that is. Uh, and again, I'm not 100% sure whether that is bushings, um, washers, or bearings. I can't. A lot of times you'll look and you can see once you turn it a little, you can see the light through there because there's of the bearings. And I don't see anything, so I'm going to assume that's probably washers, which is fine. But for the fact that it tends to lock up pretty tight from time to time, I think the harder you flick it, so, and then it's not locked up too bad. So I think it just see, now it's locked shut. So I think you break it in and it'll be a decent little penknife. Uh, Maybe put some bearings in this thing and it'll do even better. Um, but ignore the CRKT. If you're interested in getting a CEO, don't get the one from AliExpress, because I'd be willing to bet 100% that it is a knockoff. Uh, because I can't imagine the real thing being that way. But then again, I think the CEO is a cheap knife anyway. I don't mean cheap cheap, but I'm inexpensive. So I can't imagine. Oh, well, I think this is like $5 or something like that. But I can't imagine why they would even bother, trying to make a knockoff. And I don't know where CRKT's made, but I think what I'll do is play with this a bit, uh, and just see if I can get it to loosen up and play a little fairer. But that right there is just would become very aggravating, because you have to press it so hard and then every now and then this will lock up here and you can't get that closed well. And so it looks kind of neat, and I think, you know, I guess it'd be okay fingernail cleaner. Uh, and I can get it to cut a hair, but it ain't hair cutting sharp. And I could get it hair cutting sharp, but why? So this is an example of one that you should not buy. Do not buy this one from anywhere. And I would probably say don't buy the knockoff at all. Uh, because it's just cheaply made, and it kind of makes sense because, like said, I think the Walmart you can get the CRKT CEO for like $20, and so for them to actually make a duplicate or a copy, clone, knockoff, whatever, uh, and then sell it for $5-6, then they pretty cheaply made. And so an old penknife, this would be fine for, a kid's. I hate to say that, but just a trash knife. Really, it's a cute, neat little trash knife, and I think that's what it should be used for. A letter opener or something set on your desk to open packages, maybe. Yeah, it actually cut the plastic, so you got that going on for you. Getting to the point I can actually close it with my thumb and get it popped open. Uh, I mean, it is kind of impressive that it actually has a ball detent, built into it. There's a little bit of side to side play. There's no up and down, but there is a little side to side. And I would imagine this probably wouldn't be too long, and it would be up and down play because uh, of this liner lock. If you're here, let me open it and you can see. Uh, if you look at it, you can see that it is almost all the way to the right. Uh, so that is, and so once it gets enough wear to be broke in, there at some point you're going to be getting up and down play. So, but it is getting easier to work. So I think they could have did a little bit more on placement of this and that, to make it run a little smoother. And of course, with that ball depression there for the ball detent, needs to be much shallower. I feel like, and so um, it wouldn't be as hard to break open, and you wouldn't have to pull on that thumb that thumb flipper. And of course, not having any access to get in there, it's hard to release it with your thumb and close it one handed. Of course, I've got gunk building up in there because my hands are dirty. Working on the van. AliExpress CRKT CEO knockoff. Thumbs down. Don't buy it. Don't waste your money. Just put a little bit with it and go buy a real CEO from Walmart, and you're good to go. I like the looks of it. I wish it worked a little smoother, and if it worked smoother, I would feel a whole lot better about it. But like I said, I'm going to play with it and see if I can loosen it up, and if I can, all good. But it all comes down to the blade. I know if I play with it enough, I'll loosen it up to the point that it will be easier to open and close. But you're not really going to get one-handed operation, open and close. And no more than this is going to be open. I don't think you'll wear it out because it's just basically, in my opinion, a little penknife. And so this is something I wouldn't mind getting it just to have on the desk to open packages or whatever, or letters or anything. So far, I've been using the Ozark Trail for that. And so I may keep it up here along with this little knockoff CEO for opening packages, and just see if I can get it loosened up to where it's usable. Uh, which, it's like I said, it's hit and miss. I think it just open it enough times, and it'll probably be there, because the more I'm doing it, the easier it is. May even get it down to one hand operation. So anyway, that's all we got. Appreciate you sticking around. Would ask that if you like this kind of stuff, you'd like and subscribe. I appreciate you being here. I really like seeing you around, and I would ask that you'd come back again. Hope to see you next time. Your time is very important to me, and I thank you for spending it here with me. Thanks, and God bless.